They're off. Captain Albano blasts on the outside with Sabonis, and Nijinsky's put in play, and so is Captain Luke on the inside. 4 across the track here. Van Diemen Blue Chip on the inside, 5th. Calico Jack Hanover 6th on the outside. Time is on my side, 7th on the outside. And then comes Chain Gang on the inside, followed by Fun Time by Emma at the rear of the field. We find McCrunch, and the early trailers are Arbitrage, Hanover, and a Class Yankee. 26-4. Torrid Fraction to open it up here for Captain Albano, looking to go 2 for 2. Nijinsky and Louis Waugh looking to take command. Gap at 2 lengths now to Captain Luke on the inside, 3rd. Van Diemen Blue Chip is 4th across the backstretch. They continue. It's Sabonis 5th and looks to take to the outside. Calico Jack Hanover following him. Saving ground is Chain Gang, stride for stride with Time is on my side. Then it's Fun Time by Amma and Arbitrage Hanover at the rear of the field. McCrunch, and still trailing a Class Yankee. 55 was the rated half as Nijinsky, the ball's in his court, leads it. Here comes Sabonis and Dexter Dunn to apply some pressure. Right there is Captain Albano 3rd. Captain Luke with no racing room 4th as they continue to 3/4. Calico Jack Hanover 2nd over, prime striking position. No room for Van Diemen Blue Chip on the inside. Stride for stride with Time is on my side. It's Nijinsky in front at 3/4. 1:22-4. Nijinsky, Van D on the outside. Here comes Sabonis and Dexter Dunn. Game first over and full out on the inside. Captain Albano trying to squeeze on through. Nijinsky out sprinting them. Nijinsky, Captain Albano on the inside. Too close to call. Nijinsky and Captain Albano. Surging late was Captain Luke. 1:48-4 in a thriller.
Coming wide is Mossdale Ben with a big sweep. 3/4 and 1:23 flat. And it's Chase H. Hanover in front by a half length. But here comes Mossdale Ben looming large. And it's Mossdale Ben in front by a head. Chase H. Hanover 2nd. Vote Dunn is in 3rd. 16th to go. It's Mossdale Ben in front. Chase H. Hanover is trying to fight him on. But it's Mossdale Ben pulling clear. Another legend for Peter Trenton and Jordan Stratton. Mossdale Ben wins the Borgata Pace Final. Chase H. Hanover 2nd. Vote Dunn was 3rd. On the last $4th. Then it was Coach's Corner, Binge on Yankee, Once in My Life, and Desperate Man in 1:51-2.
1:24 and the sprint is on. It's Chantilly leading 2. The last Martini chases in 2nd. Then Wicked Pace, Rodeo Drive Dale, and West Winds. It is Chantilly kicking it into high gear here and expanding the margin. Chantilly doing Chantilly things as she's on cruise control here in the deep stretch. It is Chantilly to remain unbeaten. It's Chantilly to score by 5. Second best was the last Martini, then West Wind's Wicked Pace and Rodeo Drive Dale. 1:50-1 for Chantilly. And they race for home in the Mohawk Gold Cup Invitational. And it's Brew Hanover on top. Irvin Hanover on the outside. Just up to the wheel. Locked up as Nijinsky. Nowhere to go right now. Bottled up. Looking for a way through a buck-a-bed. Hanover. Oakwood Art and Tires Coach's Corner. It's Brew Hanover. Nijinsky. One final shot up the inside. But Brew Hanover holds on. It's Brew Hanover over Nijinsky in 1:47-4. And they swing for home in the Armbro flight, and it's MM's Dream on top. In the pocket, Call Me Goo off cover. Here comes Dial Square unleashed by McDonald. And Dial Square ranges right up on the outside and takes over the lead. MM's Dream tries to battle back. Call Me Goo up the inside. Willie's home run down the center, and Bravo Angel. It's Dial Square and Call Me Goo to decide it. Dial Square holds on for the Armbro flight score. It's Dial Square over Call Me Goo in 1:51-4.
Can Hanover now moves off the cover out wide. Southwind Gendry 2 back on the inside 4th. They come around to the top of the stretch. Can Hanover getting ready to come up strong on the outside. On the leader, Spring in his step. Can Hanover is even. Can Hanover takes over the late lead. Spring in his step fighting on. Can Hanover asserting himself. Can Hanover gets the win for David Miller, a little less than a half length.
And Emoticon Legacy turns for home, and he's opened up a lead of 3 on Gap Kronos, and landing on time, he tries to rally up the inside. Out to about the 3 path is Emoticon Legacy, but he's still clear by 2. Gap Kronos and landing on time, trying to close at him. LMC Wagon Wheel in behind him, but it's Emoticon Legacy good to go. And Emoticon Legacy still clear by 3. Gap Kronos 2nd, landing on time 3rd. LMC Wagon Wheel 4th. 1:50-2 stakes track record for Emoticon Legacy in the good times. Mickey and Minnie cut loose down the center of the track. She takes over the lead and tries to draw clear. But check out Rodeo Drivedale closing at the back. The Last Martini up the inside. Mickey and Minnie in between. Inside the Last Martini and Rodeo Drivedale on the outside. But Mickey and Minnie does it. It's Mickey and Minnie to take the fan Hanover. Rodeo Drivedale in the Last Martini in 1:48 and 3. Just a fifth of a second off of matching the stakes and track record. And Twinbee Joe Fresh leading it by 2. Dunn looks over his shoulder, doesn't see anybody that's a threat, and she just steps away. It's Twinbee Joe Fresh pouring it on late. And Twinbee Joe Fresh, there's no touching this mare. Twinbee Joe Fresh with the Roses Are Red repeat. Dominant in victory. Twinbee Joe Fresh wrapped up at the end to win by 4 over Sylvia Hanover and RDB Mickey. It's Twinbee Joe Fresh in 1:48 and 4. Lou Print with a half-length lead to 3/4 in 1:19 and 1. That's the fastest 3/4 in the history of the Cup, and Lou Print turns for home. He's got a lead of 2. Madden Oaks trying to rally up the inside. Dandy Ideal, Captain Optimistic better in the straightaway. He starts to close. Madden Oaks up the inside, and Lou Print trying to fend him off. A couple of Cup rookies battling it out right down to the wire. Inside is Madden Oaks. Lou Print comes back to win it. It's Luprin over Madden Oaks and Fast Choice. He won 47 and 1. Stakes and track record.